trying to get a 1020 on it. I know we're gonna be nearby somewhere. There's mile marker 129. We're gonna go ahead and say it looks like we're most near what's called Morrisdale, PA. Currently I-80 westbound, and we are en route to Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Began our trip back in what was it? Oh geez, what was it called? Hang on a second here. Let's take a look at this one. Oh, I know I can find it quicker than that here. Where did we start out from? Oh yeah, that's right. Hazelton, Pennsylvania. So yeah, we're doing a 2-day haul, 1,400 miles from Hazelton out to Oklahoma City. Amazon load. So yeah, how goes it? Go ahead. Go ahead, big truck. It goes pretty well over here, if you care. Let's see, let's do a check-in here. We got Friday, January 15th. Current local time of 10:07 in the AM. However, would be 7:07 Pacific Daylight Time, I guess. So yeah, so I didn't want to wake you up too early here. You know, I figured I'll let you sleep in a little bit before I brought you in, woke you up. It's pretty nippy out here, so you may be able to be able to see got a good bit of snow still on the ground out here. It's yeah, quite nipply indeed. It's 36 degrees, elevation of 1,650 feet out here in I-80. But it's kind of it's kind of a bone-chilling 36 kind of out there. At least it was the last time we stopped, which was at a TA back, I don't know, about 50 miles back. I actually had to pull off and grab some dielectric grease for my electrical lines where it connects to the trailer. It's just, you know, these Amazon trailers, I don't know, they're always kind of fidgety. The electrical lines are just always kind of fidgety. And so I couldn't get the right turn signals to function properly on a consistent basis back there. So I tried fiddling with it a couple times, sticking some stuff in there to kind of wedge the pigtail in there tighter and this and that. It still wasn't working. It would work and then I'd get underway and then it wouldn't work again. So picked up some dielectric grease and stuffed it in there. So it's appears to be making pretty good contact now. I got all my lights working properly now, so that's cool. Boy, we are cooking with gas right now, man. We are probably going a little too fast. I bet you we'd be going way too fast if a trooper was to be sitting up around this bend. I'm sure he probably wouldn't pumps work on the drive axles there. Real quick.
Just see nothing to the 161, baby. I can help you, but have a nice weekend when you get to it, old boy. Yes, sir, you too.
Wow. Oh, yeah, so what's been going on here? Yes, I brought you in with us when we got to that Amazon last night. And made our way over to whatever that was, Slip 963, hooked up to our trailer there, and made our way out and back onto the road that was going to take us out to 80, or maybe it was 81, whatever it was. And so we're kind of cruising along. We'd only gone maybe a mile down the road or something like that. And I had noticed pretty quick after we got back underway that signal wasn't working. And so kind of on a last minute call, there was I saw a fuel station just like right up there in the windshield. And I was like, let me see if, there's trucks in there, and there was, so I knew I'd be able to get in there no problem, and to try and fix that issue.
Hey, stop, take a look down in that river. Something's crossing the river. Sasquatch. You got a big truck?
Sasquatch. And
fucking thing.
So I fiddled with it and I tried wedging it in, like I said.
Good luck.
And it seemed to be working. And so I was getting ready to go ahead and get back underway, and then I was like, well, I know when the boss wanted me, he said to go ahead and just pick up the load and then find some place to park and spend the night. And it turned out there was actually a couple spots available there, so I ended up just pulling in there and spending the night there. And yeah, it was mostly uneventful. Got the dog out, let him goof off a bit, and then this morning I popped up at, I don't know, like, geez, it was pretty early, like 5:30?
Oh, it's a little cleaner. Yep. I didn't see nothing, I just came from Green Street.
But yeah, we popped up at like 5:30 and basically got ourselves together, headed on out. There was this getting ready to get going, just kind of waiting for my clock to reset, and just doing odds and ends, getting the dog out and all that, doing pre-trip inspection and stuff like that. And next thing you know, this truck comes pulling in, but actually what it was first that I saw was there's a sheriff or something came pulling in there and went over and talked to some truck driver. So this truck driver went and backed in right next to me, in it. I was like, man, this guy's truck is not worthy for the road, man. And he had his girlfriend in there, and they had a dog. They had a pit bull in there. I'm just thinking, man, the fumes came into my cab, you know, and were giving me a headache. I can't imagine actually sleeping in that truck, man. It's like, God, it's brutal. All these guys out here, they just they do not you know, put their money back into their equipment for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, it's pretty gnarly. But that was basically the story of my morning. I don't know why I felt the need to tell you all that, but that was the story of our morning. And but I guess the point being is that we got underway pretty nice and early. Let's see, what was it? Must have been about 7:30 or something like that. We actually were able to get going and get underway, so it was pretty cool. Just hauling ass out here through the woods out here in Pennsylvania. It's pretty cool. Looks like our next detail is we're gonna be much what he even said. It's just senseless. It doesn't mean it makes no sense. None of it. And he's like begging. He's like begging. I know it's gonna be hard, you know. And there's always like he'll lay out some senseless like idea, and then he'll go, but it's gonna be really tough, you know. It's just so freaking goofy. And it's I don't even know. It's odd. It's just really, really odd. And then he's like down there, I guess, in his basement at his own house, I guess, or something. I mean, yeah. I mean, he's down in a basement, or he's in some place that's like, you know, bricked in, right? He's probably in a bunker or something, right? Because like he has to be. I mean, he has to be hiding out. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. And then he's got all these lackeys running around doing just oddball stuff, like, and you can see just in their eyes and their mannerisms that they know they're up to no good, right? Like, these people, there's something very sick about them. There's something ill within their, like, these people are up to no good, and it just, it expresses itself in the way that they behave, right? And Joe too, right? All of them. I mean, it's just, it's visible, right? You can see it in the way they behave, their mannerisms, the way they talk, and everything, that they are up to no good, and they know they're up to no good, and they're trying to do their best to hide the fact that they're up to no good. Like, they're doing the best that they can to pretend and to hide their real true intentions. And so Biden's up there, and that guy's a freaking a-hole, right? Like, if you ever watched any of his stuff when he was younger, that guy's a freaking jerk. And so he's up there, and you can see him trying so hard to pretend to give a shit about people, and it's almost like it makes him angry that he has to do it. And so it's funny, you know. It's a weird thing, really weird thing. And yeah, it's like just talking like just weird stuff, and I guarantee you a whole bunch of what he's saying is kind of codified, right? Like, what he's doing is he's talking to what I've kind of figured out, right? You can call me a conspiracy theorist, I don't care what you say, is that these people, right, these nefarious beings, you know, who are trying to, you know, install all these crazy freaking dictatorship governments all over the place, they talk to each other through the news media, right? And so they do it in plain sight. And what they're doing is they're using certain terms and phrases that only they kind of are aware are what the meanings of them are, right? And so you can see that's why his speeches are so senseless sounding. He's not really making any sense when he talks. It's because, you know, he's using words that only their little comrades are familiar with, you know, what the meanings would be, right? That's why it sounds so aloof, right? And he's talking and he's using words, and this is the words he's using. I'm talking about the vaccines and shooting 1 million Americans. That's the word, that's the language he used. And we're gonna get the vaccines out, and we're gonna shoot up 1 million Americans as quickly as possible. And I'm thinking, wow, man, he's really, I think he's telling the truth. Like, he doesn't, like, because if he meant vaccine, he would use the word vaccinate, right? That would, but he didn't, and it wasn't a misuse of a word like one slip. He said it repeatedly. We'll be shooting 1 million Americans. I'm thinking, wow. And we'll all get shot in the arm. I'm thinking, man, see, he's telling the truth, kind of, right? And it's like, and we have plans for, what was it, rescue and rebuild, so R&R, right? replace. Rescue and rebuild, right? Remove and replace. That's a mechanic's term, right? R&R something, right? Or in the military, it's rest and relaxation, right? Remove and replace. We're going to remove and replace America, right? That's what they're saying. It's just funny. I don't know, man. It's so freaking goofy. So now we got all these National Guard coming out by the thousands to all these capitals, right? And word around the campfire is to protect this nefarious insurrection by these communist, Marxist, Leninist, tyrannical, dictating, friggin' corporate, friggin' pedophile, soulless, I don't even want to say people, because I don't think they're actually people. I don't know what they are. Individuals, beings, right? That's the idea, is they're there to protect them, huh? What, from us? So wait a minute, isn't that kind of strange, don't you think? Why would, like, this is America. This country isn't about, like, our leaders need military protection from the people that they govern. Right? Because anytime that happens, you're talking about, you're dealing with a tyranny or a dictatorship or a tyranny, oppressive government, right, against people. That's the only time that you need to protect the people in government from the people that they govern, right? If what you're doing is right and just and has integrity and truth involved in it, you don't need protection from the people you're governing. You just don't. And you certainly don't need National Guardsmen to do it by the thousands. So, I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's more than meets the eye going on. And all I can say is it's about fucking time. It's about fucking time. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it unfolds. It's it's better than a movie. Yep, it's far better than a movie. Yep. So, pretty goofy. Yep. That speech was just there. All of his quote unquote speeches are just freaking bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. Everything that any one of them, Democratic, far left, whatever you want to call them, say, anytime they speak at all, it's bizarre. It's so obviously and like visibly bullshit. Like, I don't know. Pretty goofy. Yep. And they've been working on this shit for a long time. So it'll be pretty funny to see the rug pulled out from underneath their feet. Like they're calling that thing that happened on the Capitol the other day on the 6th. They're calling that an attempted coup, right? And that's like I've been saying, they point the fingers at everybody besides them for the shit that they're doing, right? So when they go around saying, "Oh, that was an attempted coup," it's because they are doing the coup. The coup is already going on. It's them doing it, right? When they go point fingers and say everybody's racist, they are the racists. When they go around pointing at fingers and saying, "Oh, they are fascists" or "They are communists," they are the fascists. They are the communists, right? All this bullshit. You know, getting this freaking little thing, Antifa, right? Anti-fascist Antifa out there, right? Supporting them, but they are the fascists, right? It's amazing, right? I don't know. It's quite the thing. Yep, it's quite the thing. So they've been building across the entire country, this country, America. They've been building FEMA camps, right? And the word is, the excuse for the funding was for natural disasters, right? Major hurricanes, and hundreds of thousands of people go homeless or whatever. It's emergency housing, right? And it's just a big, giant concentration camp, right? With barbed wire, with all this chain link fence. It looks like a prison. It's got barbed wire, concerto wire, and it's angled inward, right? It's not angled outward, right? If you're protecting something from a threat from the outside, you point the wire outside. If you're trying to keep something inside, you point it inside, right? And so this concerto wire is all pointed inside the camps. And they're just look like big, giant concentration camps. The reason why they look like that is because that's exactly what they are. So they've been spending all this freaking billions of dollars putting all these camps all the way across America, just like in Nazi Germany. It's that exact same scenario. And then, bam, coronavirus comes out, and now the idea is going to be anybody who resists, the COVID relief and rebuild, efforts by this dictator Biden is going to be going to a concentration camp, right? And re-education programs, and it's just like Nazi Germany. It's these same freaking people. It's the same cult, right? Pedophiles, right? Sick people. The most sick people you can think of in the world. That's who these people are. Guaranteed. So, yeah. I don't know. It's pretty interesting. And these camps, they are hidden. They are hidden. They are not in plain sight. Prisons are more like state prisons are more conspicuous than these FEMA camps are. Just like in Nazi Germany. Alright? And they have used the media to persuade the minds of the still sleeping masses that people who aren't buying the bullshit are demons, right? Right? And just like they did in Nazi Germany, right? They persuaded the people who were still sleeping and not paying attention to believe that a particular group of people, in that case the Jews, and in this case they're using a pandemic, right? So it could be anybody. It's not a race thing now. It's just a anybody thing, right? It could be anybody. It doesn't matter. Anybody who isn't them and who isn't an obedient slave, right? They're demonizing. So that way, when they haul people off, the general public will be okay with it. They will turn a blind eye to it. That's exactly what's going on. Fortunately, there is a lot of people in the right places who are aware of this. So I'd say that's a pretty fortunate thing. Yep. So anyhow, I don't know. Yeah, pretty goofy stuff. I don't know how anybody can actually watch that guy Biden, even if you're in the deepest state of wakeful slumber. I don't see how you can watch it and really not raise your eyebrows. I don't know, but that's the case. I mean, I was there a long time ago too, so I know how, what it's like to be strung along on that little web of lies that they spin. And yeah, the awakening, it'll come. It'll come. Start looking back and going, wow, man, these people have been lying to us all for a long time, and they've been lying about pretty much everything. So, Crazy stuff. Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe it's just crazy talk, though. Maybe it's just, maybe I'm the one. Maybe I'm the